girl still came up and got her hands in her harpoon and fought her when she had it. Soon. Hi, I'm Chucky, and first and foremost, I actually want to start. But Jesus Christ! Now I wonder if this is audible. Probably should have tested, but honestly, I just want to get this segment of the game done with. Okay, everything seems to be going fine. So right now I'm waiting for this game to come out called Planet Crafter. The 1.0 is going to be... so that animation doesn't stop. Interesting. The 1.0 of which is coming out today. And I kind of am just like kicking my feet around, waiting for the announcement that it'll be out. Also, I want to thank once again, because I can't thank Subledger enough for being kind enough to reply to my comment on his video with where on his own playthrough of this game, where I'm not liking this. Look, it was to be expected, but I'm not allowed to be not salty. But anyhow, so he was kind enough to reply and tell me that, you know, the solution to this fucking corridor seal is coming in the room with 0 health, which is bug-ass dumb based on what the hint is given, because remember, the hint is that it is more restrictive than the other one, which the other one is having less than 80 chips. So if anyone can tell me what the logic, I mean, the logic is obvious that, like, you know, having less than you know, having 0 health is actually more dangerous than having 0 chips, because with 0 chips you can just, you know, you won't have a problem, whereas with 0 health y'all just saw what happened. So I get that, but also fuck that hint. It is a stupid and unintuitive hint, and I hate it, and I'm sorry, but that was not cool. Anyhow, so with that out of the way, as I said, I'm currently just kind of kicking my feet waiting for Planet Crafter to come out, because I've been following that game since, I don't know, the past year or so. I think that's a right about accurate timeline. So I don't know why I just find that game really engaging in you know, owning your terrarium kind of way. So yeah, I'm planning on playing that, and I can't wait. Hell, I joined the server's Discord, which is full of nice, lovely people, to just be like, hey yo, I joined the next scratching session until the game comes out. You know, I wonder if the length those things take is related to like how much health they restored. This is overwhelming, not gonna lie. I'm not with my head in the game, apparently, because these things. I'm sorry, but this is too hard. Speaking of too hard, I've also finally, so Fear and Hunger, right? An infamously quote-unquote difficult game series, which honestly constantly does the Silent Hill thing, where it just, and the Dark Souls thing, where it just brings up like the worst kind of "don't accessibility" arguments. Where with people going like, oh yeah, let's use the censorship mod because these things present in the game, it's good that it's there because these things trigger me, which, look, no offense, but if you're really that triggered by like 2 pixels, I don't know, it's one of those things where it's like, people who celebrate that, right, the people who celebrate the mod's presence aren't the people who like would actually play the game and use it. They just, it is just virtue signaling, you know. Most people who would just really don't care about the game or just look into the lore. I honestly doubt. I wonder what it's gonna. Come on, let's see. It's a crane head? What? Hold on. Wait, what? Does it not do any damage? It barely deals anything. What the fuck? Well, this thing seems like a barrel of laughs. Okay, let me just see something. Oh, bugger off. I like melee weapons usually in non-melee focused games. But I'm afraid this might be a bit strong. Anyhow, so as I was saying, and yesterday, so I've been kind of like dipping into Funger 1. I have a run with Ragnarvalder, which I have like 1.5 hours in. I got to like Moonless, I killed a Crow Mauler. Something greed, I was not paying attention. So I killed the Crow Mauler, I got the miasma, I'm set to like move into the depths and like all that lovely shit. And basically what I'm saying is you know, I'm like 1/3 of the way through the game, and I had a run because I tend to play pretty cautiously. I tend to like either make small incremental attempts or just like big leaps with no saving as a means to like, you know, check. I only usually save when I get particularly fortunate or, you know, something along those lines. And with that in mind, wait, I can't actually, yeah. Hold on. I should probably keep my phone within sight because I'm waiting for a for my protein powder to get here. Yeah, this is, you know, thinking about this is probably one of my worst, not less wise decisions to stream. But hey, you know what? Nothing more fun than a twat whinging about pointless things, right? Anyhow, so, as I said, and here's the thing, right? I've always kind of teetered on the edge of Fear and Hunger, particularly because of its Silent Hill influences. But I've never quite taken the plunge due to how the game, you know, felt to play. Because particularly the fact that I can just take damage even if I got lucky or smart with like winning a fight. That like doesn't sit right with me, particularly with, you know, my enjoyment of survival horror games. Because in every survival horror game, you know, when you run into an enemy, you don't like. Wait, can I? No, that does not work. That's interesting. I wonder how they did that. Anyhow, so this part, I feel like this level has increased like healing drop just because it feels like you pretty much can't hope to actually move through without getting like gratuitously beat on. I know, as I was saying, so I'd always, you know, kind of teetered on the cusp of the fandom, and that is partly because I you know, I struggled with the game, as most people who like Fear and Hunger, at least like its lore, tend to do. It's just that, you know, I don't go like, oh, I'm a Fear and Hunger fan. I'm just like, yeah, I think the game has a neat story, because I couldn't get into the game. But then I got a good run, and now I think I'm hooked. Because I got to Mahabra, I got to, like, the past by using the Cube of the Depths, all that shit. Which, you know, I think it qualifies as pretty far into the game. It was at, like, the last third. So, yeah, that's my current state with the game. And not gonna lie, because I don't want to skip the first one to go to the second one, but I also don't know when I'm gonna consider, like, the first one beat, right? Because at this, like, I found Lagarde. I can literally just go to him and just, you know, finish the game, because I can go see him and then I can, like, just, okay, cool, let's leave, you know? Which, it's an ending, right, and it's like the normal game, it's the normal playthrough, so that's the one of the endings that I can get. But I also feel like it's a bit of a waste, you know, it's a bit of a cop-out on my end, so I'm gonna try and just go far as I can, see what ending I can get, whatever other ending than just basically quitting, and then, you know, that'll be that. Fuck! Holy shit, this thing just got fucking vicious. You know what, I'm gonna grab the fireball. Oh wait, no, there's a... Have a taste of your own medicine, villain! Okay, that is not working. I'm just gonna shoot it. That shooting it's working, right? Whoa, that was a neat graphic. Holy shit. That's something you can't get on the NES. But again, I'm gonna chalk these stages as my least favorite, at least for now. Hopefully it picks up. And it's not just because of the difficulty, though that does play a factor, and the obtuseness on unsealing it, but it's also just the theming itself that I'm... Hold the fucking phone. Wait, I wasn't paying attention. Did I get a... I think I did. I should probably save here. You know what, I think I'm gonna be making my excuses as soon as I get the call this. Okay. No. Wow, those things are fast. I should go haywire for some... There's something magnificent. There's... I'm not worthy about it here, though. What if you'll be more lucky? Oh yeah, I discovered that this game also has these things. Any clue? No. This doesn't work either. And whatever. Oh well. Ooh, that is a boss. It's the thing. Oh, it's the thing people use. So one time, I can't remember whose stream I was watching, it was obviously a League or an X-League or a League adjacent streamer, and I'd heard this quote, and I was like, I know that quote. Oh my god, this is driving me up the wall. And it just randomly like popped back into my brain that, oh right, it was Ivan from League. You know, my history with that game is actually kind of funny when I think about it, because here's the thing, I never got the League addiction, right? Like, a lot of League players all got, like, you know, various forms of League. I did occasionally, you know, go hardcore into the competitive scene, but, you know, that was just me getting, you know, a good streak and feeling competitive and basically channeling that impulse. Oh, thank you. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're cooking with gas. So, my decision to kind of get off the game, because I did eventually give up, was more so because I saw it as getting, like, too far for my liking from what it originally was. And that was kind of just that. You know, I didn't, like, go like, oh, the meta, oh, the something or other. The first kind of big blow to my care for League, and the first point where I uninstalled it, was when Viego got released, because I just couldn't stand the fact that the long hype, like, terrifying, you know, ruined game. Oh, god damn you. Was that. Because the Ruined King was this sort of frightening idea of, like, a horror villain. You know, a Sauron, in essence. And then we got that, like, K-pop looking twink. Excuse me. Like, that was one of the first points where I was like, is League, like, not going a bit too hard into getting people horny for their characters? And mind you, you know, the problem isn't that we get, listen. The Shadow Isles female character is, like, unless it's whatchamacallher, Elise, whose whole point is that she's a honeypot. Every other female character, or the only other female character, I think, that's attached to Shadow Isles, that's an undead from there, is Kaisa, who you at best need, like, she is somewhat, like, not entirely unattractive, because she isn't fully monstrous, but she's not built to be attractive. She's gaunt, she's haunting, that's the best way to put it. She looks like a specter, whereas I am now incapable of beating this boss. That's just great. Anyhow, as I was saying, and that's great because I like, you know, characters that are made to appeal to something other than the base, like, oh, me wanna get dicky wet, impulses, you know. Maybe I can, like, blast these? So yeah, that's kind of like the point where I started to lose my love for the game, which was only really solidified once well, actually it was Legends of Runeterra that made me get, like, properly sick of League, and that was because of the K-pop cards. Seraphine also didn't help, because she was absolutely fucking horrible, and there is not a person who can convince me that the unfortunate implications that she had with whatchamacallit, Skarner, were like accidental with her knowledge of Hextech. Because if y'all aren't clear, there's like this thing in League called Hextech, which is, as the name might imply, technology that uses a mystical fuel source to, you know, cast magic for people who don't have access to it. And the problem is, as you might be able to suspect, that the magic source is not... What the fuck Bro. How the fuck did I beat it first try and now I'm getting my ass whooped? What the fuck? And if it weren't the grenade, I'd be like, yeah, fuck it, but it is the grenade. So anyhow, and the fuel it uses are some crystals that are like dug up from a desert, and it turns out that, unbeknownst to all but like a very corrupt elite few, the crystals are actually basically the souls of a hibernating slash dead species, of which this character called Skarner is the last of them. They're called the Brackern. And, you know, Hextech is basically using their souls as mana. Which, you know, yikes. Like, that's really morally complex and interesting and fascinating, because, I mean, fucking just listen to the story, you know, think of the potential. And we have this singer, like, starry-eyed, ooh, fucking magical girl-ass looking bitch called Seraphine, who, even had, like, this, like, everything around this character is so fucking creepy. They had a fucking, Instagram channel, Instagram page for this character, and had her like interacting with people in the same way, like one of those, you know, what's the term? Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank on it. Parasocial fucking cultivating stars do. It's so weird, and just like, why? And the problem with that is that, you know, we don't live in Runeterra. And obviously the character wasn't her Runeterra version, it was her release skin version, which was from this KDA verse called, well, from this K-pop verse called KDA. Which you would realize is very popular, because of course it is, fucking K-pop fans. I don't have anything about people who like K-pop, I have something against people who are obsessive about K-pop. And buy this shit to the point where it's that, you know, what's profitable. Because there is no earthly way you're convincing me that, that was, like, people who buy these, especially when they buy them in, like, full packs, like full skin theme packs, do so because they play every single one of the characters and like every single one. Like, no. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. You're bullshitting me. And as such, you know, I can't say I'm the biggest fan. Can't say I'm the biggest fan. That's the best way to put it. And when you add the prevalence and overexposure of that skin line, I need a safe space, and I don't want to go back to the first one. Oh my god, thank you. There we go. So when I want to go back to... What the fuck was I saying? So yeah, as you can suspect, I have very little love for KDA, and its prevalence is just pissing me off. And because of that, I just kind of stopped caring that much about League, and seeing it in Legends of Runeterra as like fully fledged actual like mechanical characters sucked. And Seraphine was kind of like the tipping point where I just decided no, fuck League, I don't care anymore. But here's where it gets funny, because Seraphine, like, the problem is that this character is first off like glurgy as shit. So naturally, you know, it's already not the most attractive character for a lot of people, because when you put a character that's this like holy and glurgy and shit, like she comes across as a fucking mercy. Add to that the allegations, which I'm actually kind of inclined to not believe, that the character's designer actually designed her on like based on this girl he was courting, I think. Wait, how the fuck do I get on the other side? Do I? A puzzle. That's interesting. But as I was saying, you just get this, you know, character who it just can't stand, man. That's kind of the beginning and the end of it. I don't like her, and she feels so clearly like a character that was made first in KDA and then imported in the universe of League of Legends. What the fuck am I supposed to do here? Wait, there's another entrance. Okay, as I was saying, my brain just farted. I remember saying, and I think this was more so in regards to Viego, that with, you know, making the Ruined King into what is essentially just a twink, I can already see the game like making the Watchers, which were these terrifying eldritch, like world-ending threats, into just like a gaggle of KDA Evelyn style characters, basically divas. Cool. And then we had the reveal of like the closest character to, or rather I should say, the character that will clearly be the endgame threat to League of Legends, which is a character called Belveth, who like there's this fucking animation they used to introduce her, and she's fighting like Kai'Sa, who is this sort of like basically think Ryuko Matoi by way of HR Geiger, and but with like a beach babe body type. And there's this like scene, there's this clip, not clip, there's this thing, I guess, there's this animation. Wait. Oh, that's interesting. That's a much interesting puzzle. Okay, I think I need to do something extra. Let's go check for look for the hint. Anyhow, um, where was it? So there's this like animation of Kaisa fighting Belvet, and I swear to God, like Belvet only really seems to like her interaction just scream domineering lesbian, which is just, I mean, probably unintentional, but also fucking hilarious to me. Like seriously, we're like 3 characters in, and we had basically 3 different characters that seem to be like whack bait, essentially. And why, thank you, kind mysterious thing. Oh dear God, it's I mean, you know, realizing that navigating this and like using different entry points is what I need to access is pretty fucking based, actually. It's a different kind of style. I mean, yeah, I do find it a bit frustrating, but you know, that's kind of the what you would call the nature of the beast. But yeah, point is, wait, what the there we go. Again, the problem is with this that you have, like, you took a freedom fighter, right, from the like decrepit streets of the Undercity, who is like trying to fight to protect the literal souls of a different the literal soul of like an entire species, right? And they made her a uwu e-girl. They took like this Lich King of like great proportion who has literally torn the world asunder and broken the concept of death, and they made him a K-pop idol. And now they took like this sort of terrifying what's the word I'm looking for? Assimilationist beast. And they gone turned her into what? A fucking a fucking just like, well, basically she's just a dummy mommy. I mean, I'm being a bit reductionist here. There's slightly more to the character, not much. But the problem is, like, this design is so inherently disingenuous to me, because it's a design that clearly prioritizes character like visual appeal over, you know, fantasy appeal. Because if I'm playing in a simulator, I don't care for it to be a like pretty lady. I would rather it not be a pretty lady, even though it does have like this cool concept where like its humanoid face actually you know, is a distraction. But again, because the thing is, you know, the human face, like, pretty visible. Oh shit, those things are viciously quick with tracking. Oh dear. Oh dear. Ah, fuck. At least I saved recently. As I was saying, so I don't care for that. I care for characters that are just cool to be when it comes to like how they fulfill the fantasy that they sell to you. Wait, did I go the right way? Yeah. Which none of these I found to be. I mean, hell, Belvet doesn't even have like any real assimilation abilities. I mean, no more than, let's say, Nasus has. Nasus is more of an assimilationist, because he actually does, you know, use the deaths and, like, you know, yeah, well, the deaths of his targets in order to fuel himself. So I'm so fucking tired, man. And that is kind of the straw that broke the camel's back for me and made me uninstall the game. Maybe it's petty. Couldn't fucking tell ya. Couldn't even begin to start pretending to care. Yeah, this is surprisingly effective. And I'm not being dumb. Oh, cool. If I go behind it, I can actually hit it even harder. Well, avoid more damage, I should say. And just like... I just wish those two attacks, those two balls wouldn't be so fucking fast. Oh. Oh, god damn it. I'm really struggling with these field bosses. So yeah, that's how I completely lost any interest I had in League. It wasn't like some sort of breaking point, it wasn't some sort of revelation, and what you'll notice is that it was the effect of like the presence some characters had in the narrative. And that's just kind of it. And I've played League for like nearly a decade, I think 7, 8 years, maybe more. Couldn't tell you, because I don't remember when I stopped like playing it, and I don't know how much like playing afterwards, because I did play like a few times afterwards, mostly to hang out with various friends who still played it. Oh shit, I ran straight into him. Why do I do this to myself? Wait, I wonder if I can like stand diagonally. Because if I'd know, like, if I'd be able to figure out where those balls come from specifically, I could just camp that side of him. Or do they come out from... No, they seem to be coming from, like, around his eyes, right? Anyhow, honestly, there's little love lost between me and League. It's not like I didn't enjoy my time playing it. And... in a way, you know, I'd always wondered what would happen to my account. Like, you know, because in, you know, that optimistic youthful way when I was a teenager, I thought, like, I'd imagine passing down my account as a bit of an heirloom, you know, having my child inherit that and all that. But then, you know, I'm just like, who the fuck cares? Now my Steam account, that's a different thing. I mean, there's family mode. I think I kind of figured it out. focus in. You can hear the like cogs grinding. Come on! How do I always choke at the end? Because it's not like its pattern fucking changes. I think it's my brain relaxing too soon. It's like, oh, it's pretty much done. Oh yeah, I want to hear a funny story. So my protein powder, I ordered it on like Mondays, right? And I was told that it was going to be delivered tomorrow. Now, obviously, you know, delivering even within the same country, like next day delivery, not a biggest fan, not gonna lie, because it feels way too stressful for the people involved. I know I'm receiving it today and like one day later, especially since I apparently managed to miss only like core day, and then like yesterday was a rest day. So it's not even that big of a deal. You know? What the fuck? Did I stop those? Seems like one of them at least. Well, it was one of yous. Oh, you fucking twat badger. Why do they not fucking go away? You asshole balls. Also known as anal beads. Fuck. You know what? It's somehow very fitting that of all people, I would be the one to have also known as anal beads as my last words. Well then. So, yeah, that's kind of the end of that. But, you know, it's not like I've considered myself above the recovering League player jokes, because those jokes are fucking hilarious. But more importantly, it's really weird to me still, because at no point did I feel like commitment to the game after the point I lost my interest. So the mentality that some players have with this is just weird to me on principle. Oh wait, I just noticed that those attacks come out way faster. Oh wait, wouldn't that be in my favor? Because I can just enemy erase them. What to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. God damn it! I hoped I could, like, drop the grenade so that I can move while it would still take damage. So yeah. Man, I'm getting hungry. Got some chicken tenders. I'm gonna take them, slap them on the grill, give them some nice spice. A bit of garlic, not the powder kind. A smidgen of paprika, some rosemary. Let them marinate since yesterday. Gonna be so tasty. I am tilted, apparently. You know, some of you might be asking yourselves, why am I not streaming Planet Crafter since I've stated that I'm waiting to get to play it? Well, the full release. And my answer to that is a very apt question. I have no earthly clue. Well, if I'm being honest, actually, it was partly because I really wanted to thank, you know, oh my god, it's something with S. I'm horrible. Give me a second. Subledger, whom I will take another chance to shout out for this. For being an absolute fucking Chad and sharing the solution. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Don't choke. Don't choke. Don't. I choked. Partly because I don't really feel like Planet Crafter is one of those games that I really have all that much to say. Plus, it's a game that I'd rather, you know, sit back, put something on, and just chill out while I'm doing it. So, yeah. After this, I'll probably go back to playing it because I have like 4 achievements, one of which is a progression achievement. The other 3 being like basically how much money I made, because they introduced a financial aspect to the game. It's, I feel like, a minor thing, but yeah, I just want to get that so that I can have, at least for now, all the achievements. I wonder if they're gonna add like any particularly difficult to get achievements in the 1.0 update. Well, remains to be seen. I do plan on starting over from scratch, especially since I might be joined by a couple friends, which that's gonna be nice because they're introducing multiplayer as well. Why am I in its hitbox? Why am I like this? You know what I realized? Because I saw today a video where there was this guy who was like, you know, I'm an alpha male, I'm successful, why don't women like me, that kind of shit. And it just occurred to me that guys who call themselves alpha males are the exact same type of guy who are the male equivalent of the girls who call themselves princesses. Like, beat for beat. Because it's that same thing of like a hyperinflated, gender-based opinion of one's own value. Holy shit. Oh, nice. It was on the Red Landers. Now I'm going to save the game, because I am piss fucking terrified of needing to potentially fight that thing again. It's just, I don't know, man. Listen, am I the only one who was taught by my parents to, or you know, their own parents, I guess, because yeah, but am I the only one who was taught that you know, your value is something that you should let others state rather than, you know, talk about it yourself? And I mean, I talk about my qualities from time to time for qualities that I consider that I have. But it's usually in a kind of like matter-of-fact way, and it's never in a you should all know that I have this, right? It's always in a manner of more akin to, you know, I am pretty convinced that this is a trait that I possess, which, you know, I think is the right way to do. It's why I do it. But even that kind of makes me feel dirty. But then again, the problem comes that, you know, sometimes you need to acknowledge a fact. You know, like, okay, I can say that I'm a smart person, or I can just explain that, you know, I've noticed people tend to believe and agree that I am a smart person, which is far... I feel like it's at least somewhat acceptable, but even that makes me feel kind of yucky. And besides, we have a whole, what's it called, like when you, mnemonic, when it comes to modesty in Romanian. It's a rhyme that basically says, boasting of yourself doesn't smell good. A kind of more apt translation is that it smells like trouble, which is true, because, you know, no king needs to say I am the king. No good person needs to reiterate that I know I am a good person for real. I mean, you can maybe want to do that when it's about like your intention. You want to make it clear that you at least consider that your intentions are positive. But then again, you know, that's kind of a moot point. I don't know, man. This shit is getting a bit... Secret door? Secret tunnel? Through the mountain? No? Okay. Maybe it was to hint the save room. So yeah. You know, another thing I want to talk about actually. I've realized recently that, cause like, right, as a guy, we'd all, you know, like, can break them with your eraser weapon this time. Okay, you'll have to seek and destroy with it. One more thing, the devices can move. There we go. That's the final piece I needed. Oh shit, not this. Where is that? Where is that cat? I can speak, you know, probably from a fair bit of experience and general knowledge that, you know, we would much appreciate it if we'd be more approached, right? Like that's something that wouldn't hurt literally anybody. But here's the flip side to that, the fact that we constantly need to approach women. That shit is a fucking blessing in disguise. Because this way, like, seriously, have y'all ever realized that, like, you try to date a girl, right? And she just seems, you know, at the time, she seems like a very apt question. Like a very apt choice. But then you just kind of learn that she's a, let's call it, not the greatest person to be around. Right? Like, just realize how many of those women basically filter themselves. Do these things like... Do I need to stop shooting? Because the fact that they're moving is such a dick move, though. Because the only thing you can do is just kind of move around, I guess. Until you randomly walk into them. That's not... The idea itself is really cool, but I think the dev should have worked a bit more. Oh my god, finally. Time to go save. Where can I save? There. Bro, imagine if I died on the way there. Would that not be fun? Would that not be a hilarious way to just close out this video? Why am I like this? But yeah. It's just, you know, yeah, it's hard, but we also have the advantage of being, you know, spared, usually if you're not, you know, I guess attractive man, you get spared the trouble of dealing with weirdos, which women who are the ones being hit on might not have the privilege of, because you only really need to handle like how many women at once, you know, assuming you're successful, like a couple of them, right? So that gives you time to like get to know them before you actually commit. It sounds like I'm talking about, I'm not talking about double timing, I'm talking like actually getting to know someone before going on a date. Or going on a second date with them. Right? Usually it's just one girl at a time and you're able to kind of figure out like, yeah, she's cool, or holy shit, she's gonna shove horse tranquilizers down my, let's say, throat while I sleep, and then, I don't know, sell my kidneys on eBay or something. It's not that it never happens, mind you, like, it's not a perfect system, but I think there's benefits to needing to do that. And with that, I'm going to excuse myself because I think you might not have fun with the, you know, construction sounds, but I also really want to open the window and they're worse outside. But I really need that fresh air in. So with that, I am going to be honestly probably seeing y'all on